What's going on, y'all? So today we're going to be talking about 11 simple tricks to lose the love handles fast. So the first thing that we need to talk about is you cannot spot reduce. That means you can't just do love handle exercises or things that are gonna work the side of the stomach or the abs and think that that's gonna help you reduce those love handles or that side fat. See, love handles are what we call stubborn fat areas. They're usually the first to pack on men and then they're the last to come off. But you need to understand that your body is gonna pick and choose where it wants to release fat first. So there's no exercises that you can possibly do that's gonna go ahead and help you with these love handles until you get to our next point, which is nutrition. All right, so now we're gonna move into number 2, and that is your nutrition. It is the most important part of you losing the love handles. So what you need to be doing is you need to get yourself in a calorie deficit. A calorie deficit is where you're eating less calories than you burn off every single day. Because everybody can scream till they're blue in the face, I'm doing all the crunchies in the world, all the side bends, and I'm eating healthy. Unless you're eating in that calorie deficit, you are not gonna lose these love handles anytime fast. Now we're moving on to number 3, and that's you gotta keep the snacks out of your house. So whether you're a late night snacker or you just like to sit at home, every time you're watching a movie, you have to have snacks or the is food, you need to get rid of that. So one of the best tips that I can give you is simply just don't bring it into your house.
Well, I got kids.
Well, let your kids eat what they want to eat, but you need to have some willpower if you really want to get rid of these love handles so that you can have this confidence and love how you look and feel. So when you're going to the grocery store, what I highly recommend is always go to the grocery store on a full stomach. Make sure you eat before you go to the grocery store so that way you don't make dumb decisions. But when you go to the store on an empty stomach, you're always gonna be like, I want this one, and then I'll just start next week. We don't want to do that anymore. Keep the snacks out of the house for now until you get rid of these love handles. Number 4, you gotta be hitting the weights. You can do all the abs, side crunches to your blue in the face, all the Russian twists. That is not gonna do anything for you. What I recommend you doing is getting in the gym, hitting some heavy compound lifts. Deadlifts, squats, bench presses, rows, pull-ups, chin-ups, you know what it is. Those are gonna give you the most bang for your buck. They're gonna help you build the most muscle, and when you have more muscle in your body, the more calories you're gonna ultimately burn throughout the day, so you have to be weight training. Number 5 is now time to talk about accountability. You're already in a calorie deficit, which is most important. You're lifting heavy weights. Now it's time to stay accountable. So what you wanna do is track your progress, not just daily, but you also wanna take weekly averages. So what I recommend you do is take a progress photo every single week so you can compare photos, take your weight every single day, and then do a weekly average by, at the end of the week, you're gonna go ahead and divide by 7 to get a weekly average of how your weight is looking and see the downward trend or see if you're stuck. Then you also wanna take your measurements, all your normal ones like your chest, your biceps, your waist, legs, things like that. But the most important one I want you to take is your waist. Be taking your measurements. All right, so now we'll move on to number 6, time to make adjustments whenever you hit a plateau in your fat loss. So 2 simple things that you can do is you can remove a couple calories, maybe 100 or 200 extra calories from your deficit to get things speeding up again. Or you can add in maybe 1 to 3 days of some steady state cardio, like just going for a nice 30-minute walk, doing some incline treadmill walking, stair mill, elliptical, etc. Or you can do both at the same time if you want to speed it up a little faster. But what I do recommend is that you don't make any huge jumps. Don't pull your calories back a ton because that won't be too sustainable. So let's move on to number 7, that is just pure discipline. You need discipline. It's time to man up and finally do what you say you want to do. Discipline is basically the bridge between your goals and you accomplishing those goals. See, everybody this day and age is so for instant gratification, looking for the quick fixes, the quick problem solvers, instead of just doing the real work. And if you just stop spending so much time looking for the quick fixes and the cheat codes and just did the real work, you would have had this done a long time ago. So now it's time to get some discipline. All right, so we're gonna move into number 8, and that is stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Failing to prepare is preparing to fail. A goal without a plan is just a wish. You see where I'm going with this? You can't just wing it and like, oh, I'm gonna start eating healthier, I'm gonna start working out, because there's no plan behind it, so you'll never stick with it. So time to get a plan. Know exactly how many days a week are you gonna work out? What are you gonna do for your workouts? What days are you gonna meal prep? When are you gonna go to the grocery store? Who's gonna watch the kids? You have to have all this stuff planned out so that you can finally stay committed to your goals. All right, so we're gonna move on to number 9, that is avoid crash dieting at all costs. See, what a lot of people do is they just have this inspiration that they wanna lose these love handles or weight or whatever it is, and they cut all their calories where it's not sustainable. They do unrealistic amounts of working out. Well, I'm gonna go to the gym 2 times a day, 6 days a week, and they do all this cardio, all this weight training, and they just do too much too fast, and it doesn't go anywhere after that. And then you're stuck, confused and frustrated, and then you bounce back and go back to your old eating habits, and that jump makes you put on fat faster, and that even leaves you off worse than when you started. All right, so we're at number 10, and that is you need to get more sleep and have less stress. So first we'll talk about sleep. Sleep is so important. If you do not get at least 6 to 8 hours a night of sleep, your body will start to work against you. It is so important that you are finding time to get sleep throughout the day, even if it's taking a couple naps or talking with your spouse or partner to let you find sleep. But you need to do that not only for your physical appearance, but just your overall general health. Find ways to deal with your stress instead of just drinking alcohol, smoking weed, or finding other ways to deal with your stress in a negative way. Use exercise and eating healthy to deal with your stress. How many of us are stress eaters or emotional eaters that whenever we have a bad day at work, we have a fight with our partner, whatever it is, we resort to food? It's time to stop that, give those habits up, and go toward more positive ones. All right, so we made it to number 11, and it's time to be consistent and stay the course. Listen, I know that our belly area and our love handles as men is something that we want gone and we want gone fast, but it's a stubborn area. It's typically one of those areas that pack on first, but it releases last. We might lose weight in our arms, our shoulders, our face first before our body says when it's gonna start to release that fat around our love handles and our bellies. Say you have a roll of toilet paper and your stubborn fat is the middle of the roll and you're starting to pull, but you're starting to lose fat everywhere else. And before you know it, you're gonna get to that middle where that stubborn fat is around your hips and your belly. You'll be so proud of yourself that you stayed the course and you finally got rid of those love handles. All right, y'all, so that's the 11 tips that I have for you today, and I hope that they brought a lot of value and understanding on what you can do next so that you can start to have progress with your love handles. If you are struggling, I help men build muscle and lose anywhere from 20 to 40 pounds in just 90 days with absolutely zero guesswork. So if you watch this video and you're kind of like, I don't want to, figure out anything. I don't want to figure out my calories, my diet. I don't want to figure out the workouts. Can you just do it for me? That's exactly what I do for my clients. I take out all the guesswork for you, and I'm going to keep you accountable. If you're truly serious, committed, and you're looking for a personal coach, I want you to find me on social media, whether it be Facebook or Instagram, and shoot me a personal message with the keyword power, and I'll know exactly what you're talking about. We'll go ahead and we'll have a conversation on where you're at right now, where you want to go with your fitness goals, and how we can work together to achieve just that. Once again, this is Eric Spada with Eric Spada Fitness, and I'll see you in the next video.